Look at this. Isn't this incredible? It looks like young Hosana, and he's playing on a fallen down tree above a pan. And I think it is definitely young Hosana. No sign of Shongile. We've just got here. It was quite far away from where we were. And just beautiful golden light on this young male leopard. No sign of his mother or his sister. He's growing up so quickly. Remember, this is a live African safari. You can get hold of us by using the hashtag SafariLive on Twitter, or pop us an email to questions@WildEarth.TV. Where's your mother, mister? And your sister, for that matter. Oh, a woodlands kingfisher just dived into the pan next to Hosana there. Now, James is wondering, now that Krula's been mating, and if she happens to become pregnant from this set of mating, would she tolerate Hosana around another set of cubs, or would she force him to move off? It's far more likely she would force him to move off. He is a threat to other cubs, young cubs. He would probably kill them and maybe even eat them. It is not uncommon for male leopards, young male leopards, to eat leopard cubs. How's it, Craig? Good, good. Hi, everyone. There you go. He's having a drink. Let's try and move into a different spot. Now, he is just behind the log, but I think we might get a nice view through the gap there. How's that, Brian? There we go. Hello, Mr. Hosana. Isn't he absolutely gorgeous? Now, it is unusual for him to be... He's probably been on his own for about 5 or 6 days now that his mother's been mating. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, whether she comes back to them. I think she will come back to the cubs, even though she has been mating. But it's going to be very, very interesting to see. Hopefully we will be there for the reunion. Prim coming. Look at that. Isn't that stunning? So he is able to survive at the moment. He'll be catching dwarf mongoose, squirrels. I mean, I heard he actually even caught a duiker, so an adult duiker, which is a really big meal for a young male leopard like him. But there has been records of young males being independent from as young as 9 months, not 6 months, 9 months old and surviving. But there's something, obviously, I think maybe a terrapin or a tortoise that's attracting his attention, or sorry, under there. Hi, Nora. Nora wonders, does it look like he's full, or is he eaten recently? Nora, he doesn't look too unfull. He's not too bad. He could definitely do with a meal, but he's by no means starving just yet. So guys, I just need to, the only vehicle here, I just need to control the guys coming in quickly. Mike, you and Ephraim are standby 1 and 2. Prim, if you copy, you can make your way straight in. Hilton is approaching at the moment. There we go, there he is. Oh, he looks like he's off on a mission again. So you can see he definitely has looked like he has eaten something, but he is by no means a very fat cat at the moment. Oh, is he stalking something in there? Is there unsuspecting little critter in that tree fall? Now, Virginia is wondering if he is not already at an age where he will disperse away from his mother's natal area. No, Virginia, at this age he would get absolutely torn apart by the first female leopard he came upon, let alone a big adult male. He needs to be over 2 years old and be quite a lot bigger. He's still a little bit smaller than his mum. He needs to be substantially bigger before he has a really good chance of successfully dispersing. Let's just shoot around. Get a good view of him. He is definitely turning into one of my favorites. He has got quite the little character that's developing. And one must remember, like lots of different things, the individual leopards here will have individual characters. And sometimes, oh, there we go. Look at that! Oh, he just jumped across the pan. As I said, he's developing this wonderful little character as he gets older. He's after a terrapin. He's going for a terrapin. This could be how he's been surviving. Oh, it's gone into a bit deeper water for him there. Now, he would not get much meat out of that, but while his mother's not here, there is a chance he would get enough to survive. So maybe he's been going from wallow to wallow, munching on the terrible tasting terrapins. There we go. So the terrapin's popped its head up again. Oh, it popped its head down. There you can see the movement there. That's the terrapin. And he's got his back to young Hosana. And Hosana's taken his eyes off the prize. Hi, Janie, who's our new viewer. Janie would like to know why terrapins don't hunt in packs. Why leopards don't hunt in prides like lions. Terrapins don't hunt in prides either, I promise. Sorry about that, Janie. I was concentrating on what I was watching and not what I was saying. Well, the reason they don't is they've developed to be solitary hunters. So for them, they're far more successful as a solitary hunter than they are as a group hunter. Then they don't attack things that are as big as lions, so they generally keep to smaller prey, medium to large, sometimes sized antelope. Oh, the terrapin's coming closer to him. I don't think he wants to get his feet wet though. He's keeping very still. A terrapin almost looks to be mocking, "You can't get me, I'm in the water." Now, of course, if he got hungry enough and desperate enough, he might go into that water and start fishing for that terrapin. Now, they do have quite a powerful bite, more of a nip. And I've seen them nip a buffalo trying to get ticks off their bodies that can create quite a lot of discomfort. Wouldn't it be funny if he leapt into the mud wallow just like FW did this morning? Look at this, isn't this incredible? Terrapin just managed to gap it at the right time. Now, this could be fascinating if he's been surviving on terrapins while his mom's been away. That is absolutely incredible. I have heard of leopards eating terrapins before, but very rarely. Oh, head's popped up. And as we're saying, just talking about FW, and Cyprian saying, FW mentioned that the terrapins smell quite nasty. They do. Well, it's actually their dung, and their main defensive mechanism is to discharge the most foul-smelling, sickly, sticky dung, and that's what keeps them away. Well, helps to keep predators away. Oh, is he going to leap? It almost looked like he thought about having a leap across to that little island. Mr. Hosana, are you that desperate, boy? Now, of course, this is young Hosana, but Laura is wondering, does anyone know whether there's been a sighting of Shungile? Not that I've heard, Laura. I haven't heard of any sightings of the female for about a week now. Sorry about that, Brian. There's the terrapin. It's moved across. It's got a little spit of land in between. Oh, he's leaning up to try and see over. Now, he could easily make that leap, but he doesn't particularly want to get wet. Now, Kathy would like to know, do big cats not swim? It's not that they can't swim, and they just don't like swimming. And you must remember, a lot of animal behavior is area specific rather than species specific. So leopards that live in places like the Congolese rainforests and the Okavango Delta will regularly swim between islands. But leopards that live in the dry lowveld of South Africa don't swim very often if they can help it at all. They would rather find a narrow spot where they can leap. That terrapin, I can't see where the terrapin is anymore. Prim, just check if that other mover behind you isn't with the one Sati, Karula. Oh, see, he spotted the terrapins having a big party on the opposite side to where he is. You can see they're frothing up the water underneath that log. A little bit more to the left there. There we go. You can see all that making a big ruckus, or as terrapin ruckuses go. Just trying to see what he's going to do. And he might come back towards us. We're going to have a look now. Let's roll forward ever so slightly. Now, Lady Macbeth says, food or wet water? Big decision. Steph? Steph, it's just Karula's Mampimpan, just one, yeah. Ingwe? AFM. Copy, thanks. Well, there we go. That's an interesting update from the guys in the east. They have got Karula probably about 400 meters, 500 meters from here, but outside of our traverse, so, and still south of the boundary. So it's going to be interesting to see if she comes into this area now. Fingers crossed. Look at that. He's sitting in quite the, you know who used to sit like that? Think, Brian. Wasn't it Tigger? And Winnie the Pooh? I think he's sitting like Tigger. So he looks like he's sitting like Tigger from Winnie the Pooh at the moment. He's stretching out his legs. Oh, no, everything's happening. Sounds like there's another leopard just been found in Torchwood. I'm just going to try to see if we can find out who it is. So look at him. He's watching carefully. Now, I just want to find out from Mike which leopard that is. I think maybe it's that Tingana who we spent most of our time tracking. Mike, can you confirm that that's Tingana? Oh, he got his foot wet. Gobi, thanks. So it seems like Tingana, who've been tracking all afternoon, managed to sneak past us into Torchwood. He must have moved during the heat of the day. I think we were just 2 steps behind him, but fortunately, we're right next to the gorgeous young Hosana. You can hear the insects calling. Now, RC would like to know, does this pan have a name? Where is it? Well, it's the little bit of water that's behind Twin Dams itself. So it's between Gari Main and Twin Dams. It looks like he's just keeping his one paw in the water there. But we're going to sit here, see what happens. Maybe Karula's going to come back. While we do that, let's go see what Taylor's up to. There's young Hosana. He's just having a bit of a snooze now after his very dismal attempt to hunt terrapins. Very, very happy. I've just heard Shongile found not very far from here, and she is not far away from here at all. She's about 800 meters, 900 meters, lying on top of a termite mound. Let's try a new spot. Here we go. Here's young Hosana. Now, I'm hoping he doesn't go to the south. So still no sign of Karula. So that report I had of Karula just to the south of us was incorrect. It was actually Shongile. So Shongile is on top of a termite mound to the south of us. No sign of Queen Karula for a while now. Such a good-looking young boy. Hi, Jamie. Jamie is wondering, are the spots on a leopard like a fingerprint in a human? Well, each individual leopard has a unique set of spots, so I could say it is as unique as a human being's fingerprints. He's going to give himself a little clean. Oh, he's going to give us a big yawn. Remember, this is 100% live from the African bush. This is happening in real time. If you want to ask us any questions, hashtag Safari Live or questions at WildEarthTV via email. We are sitting with the gorgeous young male leopard, Hosana. Hosana means the little prince or the little chief. Hi, Julie, who's in California. Judy would like to know, when do male leopards start mating? Normally only around about 5 or 6 years of age. They need to disperse from their natal territory. They need to fight and take over a territory from another male before they'll be afforded mating rights from the females. So normally between 5 and 6 is probably the first time they'll mate. Of course, there are exceptions to all the rules, sometimes a little bit younger, but as a general rule, you'd have to be around 6 years old. Giving himself a good clean. Now, Rashida is wondering if Hosana had a kill and Shongile happened upon, would he share it with her? It's only if he was very, very full and he couldn't eat anymore. But generally, he would try to keep the lion's share for himself. There we go. Did he hear something? Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, mister. What's going on? What did you hear? I see. We can't really see what he's looking at. There's a twin dams behind us. He might have heard something. So wonderful being able to just sit here peacefully with one of Africa's most elusive cats. Hello, Kathy. Kathy says, I don't know if I can see, but does he have yellow eyes? I wouldn't say they're yellow, Kathy. I'd say they're more golden. Most of the big cats have a sort of golden tinged eye. There we go. You can see it there. I wouldn't call them yellow as such. Sort of definitely a slightly more gold than yellow. We're going to sit here with young Hosana for a little bit longer, see what happens next. While we do that, Taylor's got something he's been probably eating quite a few of while his mom's been away. And he's off on a mission, little Hosana. Oh, there he goes. Let's just move around. Where's he got to? Where's he got to? Where's he gone? Looks like he might head south across our boundary. He's suddenly up and at him. Hi, everyone. Hi, Makangan. Yeah, so he is heading towards the boundary. We're just going to shoot around. Now, Shongile is pretty much over there somewhere, just over that ridge. Hello, Cypria. Cypria is wondering what will happen when Hosana becomes big. Will he then become known as the Big Prince? No, I think he will stay as the Little Prince, Cypria. We're not going to change his name when he gets older. Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. Naughty. Naughty Hosana. So unfortunately, this is an access road, and things do accidentally fall off vehicles from time to time. And he has got himself a little toy. Naughty kitty. Oh, at a young leopard at this age, anything that moves in the wind is something to play with. Clown. Oh, and there he goes. And he's now crossed our boundary. Off he scampers to the south. We'll see if we can get one last view of him. But I think he's going to disappear. No, I think we're going to move on. Leave him be. Bye-bye, Mr. Hosana. He's disappeared into the thickets there. Oh no, he's popped back up. Unfortunately, he has left his toy behind. Now he is heading in the direction where Shongile is. Still no sign of Queen Karula. Bye-bye, mister. Okay, we're going to leave him be now and try move on. Well, both sets of the cubs are okay. Always good to hear. Oh, we got a bit of a traffic jam here. Let's just pull over.